You are watching Morning Coffee. It's Wednesday morning. Yes, I'm here on Wednesday. It's kind of unusual. I'm usually here only on Fridays, but I have some great friends visiting with me this morning, so I felt that I really wanted to come in and talk to them and share their story with everyone. So welcome, Debbie and Rich Tobin. Debbie and Rich own the Gymnastics and Cheerleading Academy of Cherry Hill, and they've been in business for over 40 years. So let's talk to them and find out about their business. Welcome to Morning Coffee. It's so nice to have you both here.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
40 years in business. What a testament to a relationship and a business relationship. How did you get started?
Well, in 1975, I was teaching at 3 gymnastics schools and a school teacher during the day, and we opened the Gymnastics Academy at the end of Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill, and we had 36 students, and from there it grew each year until the point that we had to build a building next door, and at the building there's also a camp with swimming pools, an archery range, a sports field, outdoor arts and crafts, a playground, and a very large canopy for lunch.
Wow. Okay, so let's flash back to 1975. You were a school teacher.
Yes.
And you were also teaching
Gymnastics.
in school. And is that where you met Debbie?
No, I had met Debbie before that. She was competing for a team out of Philadelphia, and I was the captain of Temple University's team, and we met that way.
We had the same coach.
You had the same coach, and you were on a gymnastics team. But you were also trained in ballet, I believe you told me.
I trained a lot of ballet. In between, I did gymnastics. Then went back to the ballet.
So you met at a meet, pretty much.
Well, no,
Was it a meet?
we met at the shore because the teams were working out. The coach took the teams to Ocean City, New Jersey to train
Okay.
for the summer for the next season.
Right.
And that's where I met him.
Wow.
Because it was the men's Temple team, and then Bill Coco, who was the coach, had a women's team, or a girls team, and that's where we met.
So did you know that was really your calling and where you wanted to go after you graduated from college? Gymnastics. Did you know that you really wanted to start a business? Was that like an inkling?
He did. I just...
It's all your fault, Rich, right?
He wanted to start the business, and I said, fine.
You said okay. You're so
said,
agreeable,
okay,
Debbie.
Yeah, I know. Little did I know. That was a big learning experience. It was a good learning experience for me, learning how to communicate with the people and the kids and stuff. And it was good, actually. It turned out to be a good thing. It's hard.
Well, 40 years, my gosh. I mean, not many businesses make it even past 5 or 10 years, so that's wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about the academy. You're on Old Cuthbert Road in Cherry Hill. You've been there 40 years, and I believe you told me that you actually had a building designed and built for your business, specifically for your business. And that building houses the gym portion of your business?
That building was built for gymnastics, so it has pits and loose foam pits for children to do their skills into. It has, for instance, 6 sets of uneven bars and 8 balance beams and a ton of equipment, and it's designed for teaching children gymnastics and fitness and how to have fun in sports.
Let me ask our producer if maybe we can have a look at one of those pictures. I think we have a couple of shots of the interior. Are those available? There we go. Now those are, I see various shapes of foam rolls, and what happens there?
Cheese
Especially
mats
that
and barrel
whole
mats
long
and-
row of them.
The cheese mats, barrel mats. That's set up for an obstacle course for the kids. Where
Okay.
they're rolling and running and jumping. And it's an obstacle course. They're going over and under and around.
Right.
That's pretty much.
So I guess that is really helpful for strengthening flexibility,
Strong body, flexible.
Right.
It also helps
following directions.
helps their confidence.
Right.
They feel good about themselves. That's a big thing.
So what ages do you offer this to?
We do 2-year-olds, like a mommy and me class, up to 18.
What happens with the Mommy and Me class?
They come in and they sit in a circle with mommy and the teacher, the instructor, and they do little positions, their tuck positions, their straddle positions. They, bang on the floor, make a lot of noise. And then they do an obstacle course like that, but it would be much smaller.
Right.
And they go on the trampoline, and we have a little bar where they can hang on the bar in different
Aww.
positions. The bar is real little.
Yeah.
And then you do a tumble track, which is a long trampoline, a long, thin trampoline. They learn how to bounce. They have to learn how to push off of 2 feet. More kids now can push off of 2 feet at a younger age. I don't know why. Than they used to be able to. A lot of kids couldn't before, years ago. Maybe it's parents working with the kids more, I don't know.
Right.
And they play games with a bat and a ball kind of thing that's real small for them, and
So for
parachutes
coordination.
and for coordination.
Right.
So there's a lot of flexibility and strength put into it, but doing fun.
And fun,
things.
well, because they're 2 years old and their attention span is about
Exactly.
this big,
And the
right?
class is only 45 minutes.
They
Oh,
use
so I was gonna
foam
ask you.
rackets and they use balloons
Yeah, I
that
couldn't
make
think
it
of it.
easy
Oh.
for hand coordination. And
Right.
they'll hit the ball up and down, the balloon up and down, and then they'll catch the balloon and then they throw it back and forth to each other. It's a real fun activity for real young children.
And the Mommy and Me class is once a week? Or?
They can sign up for once a week. We go in 12-week sessions. They could sign up for 1 or 2 or 3 classes, and we have different deals that they could do. That makes it a little expensive. Like if they want to sign up for 3 classes, they get the 3rd one free.
Oh, that's
sign
nice.
up for 2 classes, they get
Very
the 3rd one
nice.
free.
So let's go up to the next age group. What happens with them? What do they learn?
They're usually in, a lot of times, sometimes they're in the classes, in our, mind went blank.
And they're the 3 through 4.5-year-old classes.
Oh,
That long obstacle course that you
That we
saw,
saw.
you saw mats in the shape of wedges that learn to roll down the mats, that learn to roll down like a pencil type, then they'd walk on the low balance beams that are only a few inches off of the grounds. And then at 3 years old, they really learn how to jump up and down on the trampolines, and the trampolines are built into the ground.
So there's no up and off, right?
Yeah, it's nice, it's safer.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy for the children.
Right. And then the next age group is
4.5 through kindergarten, and then they would progress and they'd do a little more on the uneven bars. They'd do a little more tumbling. They'd do headstands and they'd do rolls. And then we have specially shaped mats where they can learn cartwheels. So at that age, they're actually beginning to learn cartwheels and some of the real fun tumbling that they enjoy.
I remember when I was a kid, I did take gymnastics for a couple of years, but it was tied into ballet and tap, so it was a combination of all 3, and we always did cartwheels, we did round-offs. Round-offs
Yes.
really big.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I would attempt it now, though.
It's
Well, this is Charlene Chamberlain. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with Debbie and Rich Tobin. Stay tuned.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
with Rich and Debbie from the Gymnastics and Cheerleading Academy of Cherry Hill, and we're going to have a look at another shot of the interior of their building. Would we call it a gym?
Mhm.
Wow, look at that. That's pretty amazing. Now, Debbie, you mentioned that you have a lot of equipment in the back that we can't see. So
Yeah,
what are
around
we
the
not what are
sides.
we not seeing in the back or on the sides?
Further in the back is about 4 sets of uneven bars.
Right? And the
Um,
balance beams, I think you
Balance
mentioned.
beams would be in the front, in the front of the shot, which that's probably where the photographer who took the shot is probably standing near the balance beams.
Right.
Up on the right right-hand corner would be the observation area where the parents can come and sit and watch
Oh,
the
that's
kids.
great.
Yeah, it's glass enclosed.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And to the left of the shot would be the vaulting runway and vault tables and the pits.
What's a vaulting runway?
They're going to vault. It's a
Like run and jump?
they run down the vaulting runway and they hit the vaulting board and they go over the vault table,
Oh,
which is
wow.
they made it very safe for gymnastics. So it's
And
good.
does that go to different heights?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's different heights.
Sort of like pole vaulting, but without the pole?
You pole vaulted, so go ahead.
You did?
It's not quite like pole vaulting. You'd run down and you'd hit a vaulting board, and then from the vaulting
Is that a
board,
springboard?
it's a
Yeah.
springboard.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yes.
And
I
then-
have to come to your facility
Yeah,
and
yeah.
check this out.
Yeah.
This looks fantastic. It looks like there's so many different things for your students to
Yeah,
do.
it's a lot.
Now, your next age group is 6 to 11. They would be in the main gym there,
Mhm.
utilizing most of that equipment.
All of it.
All
yeah,
of it.
All of it. We have different stations. We put them in age groups and ability levels
Mhm.
and together, and they do balance beam, uneven bars, trampoline. Then the next week they come back and it might rotate to if they did balance beam and they did trampoline, they did tumbling. Then they would come back the next week and do uneven bars and vaulting and tumble track, and it would rotate around. So they don't do everything.
And
the
they don't
same
get
thing
bored either, and it
every
keeps them
week.
fresh, right?
It keeps them moving around.
That's
and
great.
They love going in the pit. That's a big thing.
The pit.
Keeps
What's in
the,
the pit? What's the pit?
The pit is actually like a swimming pool that's built into the ground, and it has 14,000 foam cubes in it.
Wow.
So they do their beam dismounts into it, and
Oh,
they
okay.
tumble into it, and they vault into it, and there's a set of uneven bars over it. And then for the birthday parties, the kids just like to jump in it, and there's a Tarzan rope,
That sounds fun.
and there's a cargo net that goes into it, so that the pit is used, one, for teaching classes and also for teams to train, and it's also used for the birthday parties as a major fun activity.
How big is the pit?
It's about 60 feet long
Wow.
by 20 feet wide,
Wow.
and it's 9 feet deep with a
Filled with foam.
and it has a trampoline 2 feet from the bottom, so all the foam sits on top of a
that.
trampoline.
Okay. That's very safe.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very-
what it's for.
Yeah,
Safety.
absolutely.
Kids love it.
So how often do your students come to the gym?
They can come once a week. They can come twice a week if they want, 3 times.
Right, okay.
If they're in the competitive program, they'll come anywhere from 2 times a week to 5 days a week.
Right.
And it depends on the hours. They might start at 1 hour a week. They go up to 20 hours a week.
20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the competitive programs for the higher levels.
That's very physical.
Yeah.
Let's talk about summer camp, and I think we might have a picture of the kids in the pool. Let's see. There they are. Look how fun that is. Look at them.
Yeah.
So you
good.
actually have a very large pool on the property that you use for your summer camp?
Mm-hmm. We have 2.
Two pools.
A round baby pool. What is
For the little
what did
ones?
you say, 17?
It's a wading pool that's
Mhm.
18 inches deep, and it has a seat built in it so that the children can get in a swimming position with their hands on the seat and just practice their kicking.
Right.
Some young children, so that they get used to putting their chin in the water. You'll
Mhm.
put, say, a ping pong ball in the water, and they'll blow it across the water. And
Aw.
then they move from there up to the bigger pool, but the bigger pool, the shallow end is only 3.5 feet, so it's designed for the camp, and it's largely designed for the swimming lessons. So each camper gets a swimming lesson each morning, and then in the afternoon they get free swim.
And you mentioned earlier that you have certified lifeguards that are in the pool, actually in the pool with the children. They're not just sitting there watching. They get in the water with them.
And the counselors are in there.
And the counselors are in there too.
Assisting the kids and making
Right.
sure they're learning how to swim.
Yeah, that's
which is
great.
so important.
So walk me through a day in camp.
A day in camp.
A day in camp.
They come to they instead of coming in the gym, they come to the gate outside, and the parents drop them off about 8:45. And as they come in, the counselors are there checking the kids off, making sure all the kids are in their group, and the counselors have different groups. The different groups are set up around this one area of the camp as the kids come in. And then around 9 o'clock, the girls come into the gym, and we set up, the older girls come into the gym, and they do a gymnastics class, and we start them with stretching and stuff. They do that for about 45, 50 minutes. The little kids, what do the younger kids do?
Well, while one
I'm
group
with the older
goes
kids.
into the gym for gymnastics, another group would be going for their swimming lesson, another group would be going to the arts and crafts area for their arts and crafts time, and another group would be going to the activity field. And depending on the age, the young ones would be playing games that are suitable for very young children, and then the older children would be learning more sport type activities, and they'd be doing drills for soccer and different things. So they would rotate from one activity to the next activity during the day. So it's a very busy day for the children, and we keep them busy the whole day.
Yeah, sounds like a very full day. And camp starts at what, around 8:45, did you say?
Yeah, they can drop them off at 8:45.
And when's pickup?
4:40. No, 3:45.
Wow, that's a wonderful
And then we have
long
a
day.
2-hour aftercare.
Aftercare
We also have
program.
morning care, before care. So they can do that
Really?
too. They can drop them off
Wow.
at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so
7:30.
many parents work today
Yeah.
that,
It's convenient for
yeah,
everybody.
that's really wonderful.
Yeah.
And does camp run, is it a weekly, what's your camp package? Is it a week, 4
I
weeks,
think we do 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
The camp package is where they could go 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. There's a few who would just go 1 week because they might go away for the summer.
Right.
But the average camper would go, say, for 3 days, 4 days, or 5 days, for say 3 weeks, all the way up to 10 weeks.
And when does your camp start?
Where do we start? The end of June?
It starts at the end of June, just as school is ending,
And runs through,
till the end of August.
oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I know a lot of camps, their
The
cutoff
close.
is second week of August.
Well, a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
people
good.
come to us
Because of that.
at the mid part of August because they went to a different camp that might be in the Medford area, or one of those camps, and they're still looking for activities for the rest of the summer. So then they switch over to us. And actually a lot of those campers the next year choose to go to our camp instead of going out to the Medford
So they got a
camps.
taste of the swimming pool and the pit.
Yeah.
I know if I were a kid, I think I'd want to come to your camp.
Yeah.
We have to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more. Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey, to protect your assets and the people you love Call Mike Skoranek, your local farmer's insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Debbie and Rich and I were just talking about all the wonderful activities that the kids can experience at their summer camp. We also have a picture of, I believe, the slip and slide. You can pull that up. Now this is outside. Is this near the pools?
Yes.
What happens with the slip and slide? Is this a typical slip and slide that the kid that
This
has
is a
the water
very
in it?
large slip and slide, and it's situated in the back area. So what happens is the kids, especially on warm days, will be very active at the sports field, and then they might be going to arts and crafts, and what they like to do is shoot down the slip and slide and cool off, and then go over to the arts and crafts. And while they're at arts and crafts, if they finish their project a little early, they can just kind of walk about 20 feet and go to the miniature golf course.
you have a miniature
And-
golf
Yeah.
course on site?
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
and they'll play miniature golf. So the back area is a very useful area, and one of the things that parents like about our camp is that during warm weather we have a 12,500 square foot gymnasium that's all air conditioned, and there's about 15 canopies outside. So the arts and crafts is undercover.
Right.
The areas for eating lunch is undercover. You have the slip and slide that they can shoot down and cool off. And sometimes during real hot weather, we'll take the arts and crafts and put it inside the building,
Right.
so that they're not exposed to the heat and the sun for a very long period of time.
Right, and sometimes art materials don't do too well outside in that heat either.
No, they don't.
We also have
Go ahead.
2 in-ground trampolines outside that are
Okay.
that have a tent over it that the kids absolutely love.
Wow,
So they can do. We have 2 in-ground trampolines inside plus 2 outside. That's a big hit.
that's great. There's something I'm very interested in that you offer, and it's called Parkour Ninja Course. Talk a little bit about that and tell me exactly what it is. I keep thinking it's something like Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it's very popular at gymnastics facilities. The gymnastics facilities had always made these very intricate obstacle courses. And when you really look at the parkour and you look at the Ninja Warrior courses, they're almost like modified gymnastics obstacle courses. And the advantage for us is that they're all padded. They're made out of very large mats, and one course might have 20 different mats, and then they'll run on a low balance beam, and then they'll bounce back and forth from these different bouncy activities. So the gym and the outside is designed and is set up well for parkour and a Ninja Warrior type course.
And did I also see online that you have a zip line too?
Yes, I was just going to say that. That's part of it too. Go ahead.
We have a 100-foot zip line in the gym. That's used at the camp, but it's also used a whole lot at the birthday parties. When children come to the birthday parties, they kind of get the best of a lot of the activities that are common. We have a moon bounce for the kids. They have the trampolines. They have a 100-foot zip line. They have a cargo net that goes up the wall, and then they have the pit to jump in.
Right.
And they also have a Tarzan rope that they can swing and let go and
There's
jump
also a
into
small
the pit.
rock wall too.
That's fun. How many children can you accommodate for a birthday party?
30 is very easy
30.
to accommodate.
Okay.
We have two
Sounds
two
great.
parties go on at the same time. One can be in the party room while they're doing the cake, and the other one could be out in the gym doing
Right.
the party. And then one leaves and they switch, and we could have 2 parties going on.
That sounds like a
That's
great
great.
idea for a
Yeah.
child's birthday party, even maybe an adult's birthday party.
Yeah.
Do you do
Sure.
any of those?
We have not.
You have not?
No.
I might be your first. I
We
might be your
haven't done.
first. Deb and Richie, please tell our viewers how they can find you. What's your web address?
Okay, we got the website is www.thegcacademy.com.
One more time.
www.thegcacademy.com.
Debbie and Rich, thank you so much for being my guests on Morning Coffee. This is Charlene Chamberlain signing off.